That morning, as I headed to the barn for the last time, I felt the years of living and working in my joints. It had been a satisfying 81 years, filled with everything life offered. Good days and bad days. Days of celebration and days of sorrow. Significant achievements and spectacular failures. But I had much to do. The sheriff would be here soon. The property was sold at a sheriff's sale for failure to pay taxes. The last farm left, 160 acres of prime real estate, surrounded by a growing suburb hungry for land, with larger and larger farms driving prices down. It only took a couple of years of bad weather and low yields for the tax bills, interest and penalties to become insurmountable. The suburb would get its land. Little box houses would replace fields of corn. This old farm has seen 5 generations of my family being born and raised. We sent a dozen sons to fight in 4 different wars, 3 of them never to return. 2 others to come back in wheelchairs, all of them willing to serve their country and protect their way of life. None of them ever able to reclaim the joy and innocence of youth. We raised cows and hogs, sold fresh milk, grew corn and soybeans. We fed a nation from this fertile ground, supported our neighbors and community, built churches and schools, saw droughts and floods, bore children, and buried our dead. Now unable to pay an ever-increasing tax bill, the farm has been sold and the order to vacate issued. Maybe it was inevitable I am the last one, not only of this farm, but all the farms around have been sold to developers. My wife of 60 years passed a few years back. She was now resting in our hilltop family cemetery, next to a plot reserved for me, where I was to join her in a few years, maybe less. My children lost interest in taking over the farm, getting up early to feed the animals, milk the cows, spend hot summer days putting up hay. Working from sunup to sundown does not seem so bad, when all the kids in school do the same. But as the farms got sold off and classmates went from children of farmers to children of lawyers, accountants and managers, they wanted a different life. In fairness, it was not the hard work. They knew that milking a few dozen cows and farming a couple hundred acres could no longer support a family. The small family farm was gone, replaced with farms that were thousands of acres and had millions of dollars in farm equipment. No easier life, but only room for a few, and not next to a growing city hungry for land. I guess I knew too, but in my late 80s I was way past the time to start over. I was hoping to make it until the good Lord called me, when I could join my beautiful bride on that peaceful hilltop we set aside as a final resting place. Truth be told, I would have sold long ago, had they agreed to leave the family cemetery alone. But it was a spectacular piece of land, and the developers could build several $million-dollar homes on that hilltop. They claimed they would be respectful relocating the remains. I asked, how was that possible? So the city, with the developers' encouragement, levied taxes as if the $million-dollar homes already existed. Now, after all the legal fights and my savings drained by lawyers and taxmen, I am left on this final day with one last walk through this old barn, where generations have worked and played, where in the hayloft I first kissed my soon-to-be wife. And if the stories are true, my father and mother did the same, and grandpa and grandma before that. The beautiful old oak beam soaking up and storing all those memories. I took my squirrel rifle and a pack of firecrackers and I'm headed to the Hilltop Family Cemetery. The sheriff will be here soon. The sheriff's department pulled up in 3 squad cars. A little much for an old man. But then again, I made it clear I was not leaving. I made my presence known by firing my one and only shell into the air. I had no intention of hurting anyone. And as this final scene plays out, my gun will be empty. Later, the sheriff will claim otherwise. At the top of the hill, on the plot next to my wife. I had excellent position. No one could get close without worrying about being shot. However, the sheriff could get a clean shot from the trees a short distance away. The sheriff and his men climbed the hill and took positions among the trees. I shouted at them to leave and not make me defend myself. They shouted back orders for me to surrender. I declared this was my land. I was born on it, and I would die defending it. The tension rose, and I did everything to make it rise further. I saw a half-dozen rifles aimed at me. I touched my wife's grave and told her I would see her soon. I took the pack of firecrackers out and lit the fuse. As the first one exploded, I stood up. The sound of gunfire filled the valley, where once, not that long ago, but a very different time, you would hear the laughter of children echoing as they played.